All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got massive news here. I'm here with my son, Austin Greene. Say hello.
Hello.
We got no time. It's December 5th, 2022. Bitcoin's going to the moon. Tim Draper just predicted 250K by 6 months into next year, around June. I'm predicting 500,000. Max Kaiser is predicting multiple hundreds of thousands, and I think this is the dip. I just posted this on Twitter. Buy this freaking dip now. I'm Christopher Greene, BitcoinRich.com. All right, let's get right into the news and more. Explosions rock 2 Russian air bases far from Ukraine front line. Russia confirms blasts at military facilities as Kyiv finds way to target long-range bombers. Now, this came on the heels. Vladimir Putin was just driving on the newly rebuilt Crimean bridge. Remember that blew up, the large explosion, the pipelines all went down. Europe is now freezing. Energy prices, natural gas, oil have soared in recent months. And now what I think is the biggest warning is we are seeing an absolute potential implosion from the U.S. derivatives market. I posted this on Twitter. Make sure to check this out. But we've literally got tens of trillions, $65 trillion. Let me go ahead and shrink my head so you can take a look at this. $65 trillion in U.S. fiat trash currency, which has been going to zero in recent years. This is absolutely huge, and a dollar debt collapse sparking concern. Let me go to this article, shrink the head here. This is from Yahoo Finance and Bloomberg Magazine. You think FTX was an implosion? Wait till the whole U.S. financial banking system goes to zero. Capital controls and financial lockdowns start in a hyperinflationary U.S. economy and worldwide. Trust this freaking plan. This is the plan. Bloomberg, there's a hidden risk to the global financial system embedded in the $65 trillion worth of debt being held by non-U.S. institutions, of course, printed by the banks, printed by the central banks, printed by the Federal Reserve, backed by nothing, from nothing. They printed more U.S. currency than they ever have in the history of the world over the last couple of years. Multiple infinite bailouts, rates at zero. Rates are only at 6 or 7%. It says in a paper with the title, quote, "Huge Missing and Growing," the Bank of International Settlement said a lack of information is making it harder for policymakers to anticipate the next financial crisis. In particular, they raised concern with the fact that the debt is going unrecorded on balance sheets because of accounting conventions on how to track derivative positions. So I've got my eye on that. Huge missiles. Dad, here's Tim Draper predicting Bitcoin will reach 250,000 next year despite FTX collapse. Now, again, at school, you can watch an hour-long interview that I have with Tim Draper. This is from years ago. Tim Draper is a billionaire. Of course, I know him. We've spoken many times before. Extremely smart guy. He bought tens of thousands of dollars, billions of dollars worth of Bitcoins during the last drawdown and consolidation period before breaking records up to 20,000, making him famous and then hitting the high of 69K. So this is when you buy, ladies and gentlemen, under 17K. This is when you get in. Again, 250, 500K call. We're going to see a 5, 10X in the very, very short run, in my opinion. Cryptos are going to soar, and if you pick the right winners, this is where you can 1000X. The right cryptocurrencies and technologies and the right projects are going to 1000X in this environment in the next secular bull market run. Here we have Vladimir Putin brazenly drives across repaired Crimea bridge after huge truck bomb. Russian President Vladimir Putin drove a Mercedes-Benz across the Kerch bridge to Crimea. He's already repaired it. Again, the media, which is lying, says he's sick. This guy's not sick. He's a freaking badass. Former KGB diamond nuts balls deep. Okay, this guy is literally not sick. The only person sick, or we should be questioning their intelligence, is Joe Biden. This guy can barely talk. He can barely read a teleprompter. He collapses on his bicycles in front of the mainstream press. So everything you're hearing about Putin being sick or ill is a lie, in my humble opinion. This guy is fine. He's a badass. Look at him driving across the bridge right now. He's constantly in the news, but they're trying to fearmonger you and say he's losing the war. He is not. But what I am very concerned about is that not only have we had an explosion in a nuclear airbase just 150 miles from Moscow, very close to the homeland of Mother Russia. So how will Vladimir Putin respond to this incursion and these increased attacks from Zelensky in the war that the West is fighting? That the West is supporting with billions and billions of dollars of taxpayer funds to a non-NATO country that's never had a vote, like the other failed wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, etc. U.S. altered HIMARS rocket launchers to keep Ukraine from firing missiles into Russia. So this is all going down now. Also an announcement that SpaceX, something we already knew, of course has contracts with the DoD. Just like Tesla, just like Neuralink, that technology came from the Defense Department and organizations like DARPA. They started the internet as well. I think they helped start Bitcoin and crypto as well. It's how you know it's a guarantee to the moon. Okay, the internet was a DARPA project, came after the Cold War. So are all these other technologies, and all of the companies has created actually stem and come from there. So here we have proof in the pudding. SpaceX unveils Starshield, a military variation of Starlink satellites. Yeah, tell us something we don't already know. So here's a question. Although I think Musk is doing great things for liberty right now, so I actually support that. And he's doing good work. Is there a huge conflict of interest that all the companies Musk owns, his customer and contracts are the DoD? Well, I think that's a conflict of interest that we should at least mention, right? I mean, I don't have any business with the Defense Department. I don't do any sales to DARPA, but this guy does. So again, keep that in mind as we see more divisive politics approaching 2024. But here's what I want you to do today. Go to BitcoinRich.com. I have a special. This is a holiday promo code to get all of our material and more. So you can 1000x yourself into the new year, into 2023. 50% off Bitcoin Rich right now. Gift this to a friend, gift this to a family member, gift this to a student, your son, your daughter, a grandparent. Get all of our content and then learn the fundamentals about Bitcoin so that you can get involved before Bitcoin soars to 250, 500K, like Tim Draper is saying, later next year. Again, this is the bottom. You get all my AMTV uploads, you get my 1000x picks, you get the host of videos and a whole lot more. You get the interviews with me, you get the interview with Tim Draper, and you can go through our list of educational picks, educational academy coursework. Okay, you can get my altcoin picks. I've got 3 here that I think are going to do really well. Watch my interview with hedge fund managers like Dan Moorhead, former Goldman Sachs. He's also very, very bullish. He's another billionaire, hugely bullish on Bitcoin and so much more. So just realize that what you're seeing in the mainstream media is FUD. Everyone that's telling you that Bitcoin isn't going to go anywhere the next few years is lying, stupid, or ignorant. They don't know what they're talking about. So let the haters hate. This is how I got rich the first time, and this is how you're going to get rich. Again, I said earlier today, so many of you want the riches. So many of you want to feast, okay? But you don't have the balls to go out and hunt. You need the warrior mindset. You got to be buying this dip right now. You want 1000x, you got to have the freaking diamond nuts. Get in at school at bitcoinrich.com right now. Promo code Island Project. 50% off, whopping savings as we approach the end of the year while seats last. Get this to your friends and family and learn everything you need to know to private wallet this stuff off the exchanges. It doesn't matter if these exchanges go down like FTX because you shouldn't have your money there. It should be in a hardware private wallet. I've got many of these, and you can see here I diversify all my cryptos into these. So learn about this. I'll teach you how to use this, Ledger, Trezor, how it works, what you need to know, and then you don't have to worry about the banking collapse because you're your own bank. This is monetary sovereignty where you have absolute total control over your financial wealth outside of the system during economic collapse, dollar bank runs, and world war. As Ukraine unfolds and an invasion of Taiwan, I believe, is imminent. I'm Christopher Greene. Get this video out everywhere, hard-hitting and in your face. I want to see you at school. BitcoinRich.com. That's BitcoinRich.com. And the link below is an automatic promo that saves you 50% today only. Execute, get this to a friend or family member or yourself, and to the freaking moon, baby. I love you guys. 1000 freaking X, BitcoinRich.com. Here, links below. I want to see you at school. BitcoinRich.com. You'll get that. You get all my material, social media, marketing secrets. Get my gold. Get my gold. Get my gold course. Learn about gold. They're totally manipulating it. It's about to soar to the moon, just like you are. Just like you are, ladies and gentlemen. 1000X. Freaking X, baby. Freaking X, baby. Freaking X, baby. Links below. Want to see you there. Let's pound it out. Let's pound it out. Like and share. Like and share. Like and share. Woo! Ha! Ha! Thousand freaking X, baby. 1000 freaking X. Links below. Links below. Get in. God bless. Live your best life in service to the King, our Lord, Jesus
Christ.